This is Paul. Yeah. hmm There is not an employee of any port in the United States that can have knowledge of felonies without obligating the enforcement of the laws. Pouch. Just so you know. Oh. Now, I have some concerns about the Chinese. One, two, three, 13. Yeah. $13.5 trillion in assets in the four largest banks of the world. The Chinese are big on saving. Mm. And I don't really fault them for it. I really don't. Yes. But the total assets in U.S. Yeah. Mm. You know, nations will defend their banks and they will cause wars. Yes. Over the refusal to enforce the obligations of debt. Now, when you have a population of approximately 1.5 billion Chinese, and they've saved up total assets of what looks like $13.5 trillion, trillion in U.S. dollars. You can take that times six, and that's a lot of yuan. It could be that the Chinese population is having a difficult time making a decision about purchases. And that could constrain their economy. Now, the Queen seems to think that she owns the world. Pooch. And her little Bank of England was very popular, about 700 years ago. But we have to work through these issues, of what is known as the global holdings of assets. Now, we're issuing trillions of dollars because of a pandemic. And the Chinese, to a certain extent, are obligated to buy treasuries to sterilize their currency. But on the other side, at a certain amount, you start thinking of default. Double A plus. Now, this pandemic's probably going to cause us to lose our another credit rating. We're going to go down to maybe double A or A plus credit rating. Moody's, Fitch, and Moody's, S&P. Huh? Now, just I want you to know how important that $1,200 is. I know there's hundreds of thousands of people dying from the pandemic. But when it's less than a half of a thousandth of a percent of the actual growth of humanity that are dying from this, I'm concerned that the Chinese would be worried, about the American being able to pay their debts. Now, there's always a big question about why go to war. I've said that I don't think the Chinese want to take over nations because they need some additional population. Seems like they have enough people over there. As it involves the natural resources of the world, it'd be difficult to say they want to take the United States because of our natural resources and have to move over here. Will probably involve millions of Chinese to actually control the whole nation. And I know the Army's like, no, they never get here. And I'm telling you, they would. They have a lot larger population than we do, 5 times the number. Now, their actual deposit base, considerable amount of assets. It could be a cause of war. If their banking structure were to collapse. Oh! Now, the Queen sits there in her little Bank of England. I know! Planning the takeover of the world. And a lot of those billionaires, they think, well, we have the Bank of America and J.P. Morgan Chase, and there's 5 trillion. And then there's Citigroup. There's 6 trillion. 5 to 6 trillion. Wells Fargo 7, 8, 9 trillion. Yes. 9 trillion, and then going down here. Goldman Sachs has 1 trillion. There's 10 trillion. And then U.S. Bancorp, there's 10.5 trillion. Just looking at it, Capital One, there's maybe another half. Bank of Mellon. There's 11 trillion. In actual deposit base. Looks like maybe a total of $13 trillion in deposits. according to the 100 largest banks of the world. And their four largest banks have $13 trillion. Uh, you know, I'd just be concerned. Yes. When nations experience a default because governments don't understand the causes of war. Well, I do it. Let's say you said screw me as an American citizen. As you've done for the last 10 years. You told me to go F off. As in, well, I'm so sorry. I'd send over a few 100 million Chinese right now. You have to be real careful how you treat people throughout the whole world, Queen. Right now. The imperial mindset would say the rest of the world's going to starve before your royal way starves. But when it involves that many people, we do not want starvation.